everyone, welcome back to my channel and happy Sunday. Today I decided to step outside of my comfort zone a little bit and film a get ready with me. So if you're interested in seeing what I do with my hair, my makeup, then just keep watching. Let's get into it. I'm a shower in the morning type of gal, so I'll typically wake up, hop right in the shower, eat my breakfast, drink some coffee, and then dry my hair. I sprayed in this volume spray that I got in an Ipsy bag, and I've just been putting it throughout my hair before drying it, but it has a super strong scent, so I don't really recommend it. I just have a Conair hairdryer that I've had for a while, and I usually use a wet dry brush, but this here is just a regular brush. I have thin hair, but a ton of it, so it actually takes me quite a while to dry my hair. And I know a lot of people don't like to dry it when it's pretty wet after getting out of the shower, but I'm always in such a time crunch before going to work, so that's what works for me. I usually straighten my hair for both my internship and my job, and I'm just using this Chi hair straightener that my dad got me that I really love. It heats up super quick, and I just section off my hair to make sure that I'm getting all the waves out of my hair. Here I'm just putting in my earrings before doing my makeup. I typically just wear pearls in my first and second holes, and then also in my cartilage. I always start by prepping my eyelids. I do have eyelid primers, but I've actually found this Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer to be much better at keeping my eyeshadows looking good throughout the day. So here I'm just massaging that into my eyes before I start my eyeshadow. I apologize now for all the faces that I make throughout this video. I have no idea how beauty bloggers do it. Here I'm just taking a Wet n Wild super cheap eyeshadow brush, and I'm actually using the Tarte bronzer in Park Ave Princess to start that transition shade in the crease of my eyelids. I actually got this bronzer in another Ipsy bag, and it's actually really decent size, so I was pretty happy that I got that in one of my glam bags. So I'm just shading this out, and then I'm going to grab another Wet n Wild brush with my You Had Me at Hello Colourpop shadow. You've heard me talk about this a few times, especially in my September favorites video. I'm sure I've put it on my blog before. The pigments in these colors is just amazing, the payoff that they give. So the first shadow that I grabbed was DTR is the shade. So I'm just putting that towards the outer corner and buffing that into the crease towards the outer corner. Here I'm grabbing another Wet n Wild brush that has no shadow on it, and I'm just going to buff that out so there's no harsh lines. This is an e.l.f. brush, and I grab the shade Candy Graham, which is a great highlight for the inner corners of your eyes. I usually pop this on. Sometimes I'll use my Wet n Wild highlight for the inner corner, but this one has a pretty big dent in it because I use it every day, I would say. So here I'm just throwing that in to the inner corner to brighten up my eyes. This is a Luxie 239 Precision Shader brush, and I grab a deep brown shade in Pulling Strings, and I'm going to buff that into my outer corner to darken up that part of my eyes. After doing that, I grab that clean eyeshadow brush again, and I'm just going to buff it out so that there's no obvious lines within my eyeshadows, and I do that for quite a bit. Check it out to see if I need more. This is an Ipsy T35 Precise Blending Brush, and I grab the color 2Ps just to blend the inner corner to the outer corner that's darker together so they kind of flow a little bit better. I'm going to grab that Wet n Wild brush again and go back into the Tarte bronzer and just buff everything out and make sure that everything's flowing together and it looks like a solidified look. After my eyeshadows are done, I do eyeliner next. So this is the Maybelline Master Precise All Day Liquid Liner in black. It's a lot harder to do your eyeliner when you're holding up a mirror with one hand, but I tried to make it work. This is actually not my favorite liquid liner. I really like the Clinique eyeliner that's liquid. Just easier to use and to do a wing with. I don't do a wing in this video because it was my first time filming myself, and again, it was just kind of hard to do with one hand, so I'm just trying to make sure I don't look like a crazy person and making sure it's pretty even. This is the Ulta Beauty Plush Drama Volumizing Mascara that my best friend got me. It's great for every day. I also love the L'Oreal Lash Paradise for when I'm looking for a bolder mascara look, but this is, again, is great for everyday looks. Here you'll see me start to wipe the underneath of my eyes to get rid of any fallout that I had from doing my eyeshadow before I move on to doing my face. This is the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser, and I just buff this into my skin, pat it in so it's getting into my pores, and this actually makes my face feel super smooth, so I love using this. I use the L'Oreal Beauty Blender, and I actually like it better than the Real Techniques one, so I highly recommend picking that up. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, and it actually has pretty good coverage for being super cheap. So I'm just throwing that all over my face and make a silly face because my boyfriend always asks if I'm trying to be tribal. And I take my dampened sponge and I'm just patting that into my face until it's all smoothed out. I have watched 1,000, I'm sure, drugstore makeup videos, and I realized that a ton of people were saying this foundation was really great. So I'm really happy that I ended up picking this up, and I've shared it with a bunch of my friends. This color actually matches my face and my skin really well, so I don't have to worry about trying to bronze up or whatever. So here I'm just making sure I do put a little bit on my neck, even though it does match pretty well, just so there's a consistent shade throughout my face and my neck. After blending that all together, I'm going to grab that Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Concealer once again, and I'm going to do my bags under my eyes, go down the bridge of my nose, a little bit on my chin, and then I have a few blemishes above my eyebrows that I put concealer on. So I'm just smoothing that into my skin. I like this concealer because it not only conceals like it's supposed to, but I haven't had any creasing problems with it, which is great. Now I'm grabbing my Maybelline Fit Me powder, the loose finishing powder, and I have it in the shade 10, Fair Light, and I'm just putting it wherever I put concealer so it doesn't crease or it doesn't have any flashback. And I love this powder, and you'll see I put it all over my face later. Next, I'm going to move on to Physician Formula Butter Bronzer, which I think I also mentioned in my September favorites video, and I'll link that up in the cards here. But this is literally the best. If you haven't tried it, you need to go get it right now because it smells like coconuts and the beach, and it's just so amazing. I have the shade Light Bronzer. There's also a shade darker, but I like this one because it's just like a natural glow to my face. So I slapped that where the sun would hit and also sharpened up my cheekbones and then under my chin a little bit. Next, I grabbed my e.l.f. little duo palette with the bronzer and blush in it, and it actually doesn't even have the shades on the back, so I can't tell you which one this is, but I do use this blush every day just because it's pretty natural and doesn't look crazy. Here you can see I'm grabbing that same powder and just buffing that into my face so I don't get shiny throughout the day. I love this because it really sets down the foundation and the concealer and makes the whole look kind of come together. definitely got a little bit on my shirt, so that's why I did the sad face. But this seriously lasts all day, but sometimes I'll throw it in my bag just so I can throw a little bit of the powder on my face to freshen up throughout the day. Here I'm going to grab my Wet n Wild highlighter, and it's in the shade Blossom Glow. So I'll highlight my cheekbones, and then the tip of my nose, and my Cupid's bow. This highlight is perfect for work because it's not blinding, but there's still a little bit of glow, which is fun. After that, I'm going to spray my face with this Evian mineral water facial spray, just again to set down my makeup and make it last all day. And then I love spraying myself with this Bath & Body Works perfume when I'm all done, so I feel a little bit more put together. My last step is going to be throwing on this lipstick from L'Oreal in Spicy Blush, and it's the perfect everyday nude to wear to work. I highly recommend picking this up if you don't have it already. Thanks for watching my first Get Ready with me. If you liked it and would like to see more of this kind of video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up so I know. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Comment down below what kind of makeup products you use or you would like to see me use, and I'll see you next Sunday.